when the feelings of this brave, convicted terrorist is being hurt, all we need to say is feelings of terrorists, especially feelings of Muslim terrorists, convicted Muslim terrorists, are meta. Let me introduce you to Mr. Muslim. Here is Khalid Baka. Look at him, how lovely he is. Look at this orange lovely beard. Oh, you might be thinking he wants to be someone who resembles Muhammad with dyeing his beard to orange. Or you might be thinking, oh, Mr. Muslim just got back from Hajj and where he had French kiss with the black stone. After that, he wanted to put henna, dye his beard. Lovely orange color. He just looks so amazing. Well, why I'm introducing this gentleman to you is simply because this amazing, lovely Mr. Muslim wants to sue a British pub because he got offended by the picture of the pub as well as by the name of the pub. Isn't that amazing? Ah, bless his heart. Well, before I read the article, let me give you some essentials. This Mr. Muslim, Khalid Baka, convicted terrorist who spent 4 years and 8 months in jail for jihadi propaganda. He was distributing terrorist materials. So he's quite very much okay. 4. Glorification of violence. Not only hurting the feelings of other people, but hurting other people themselves. But, well, it happens. 21st century in England, he simply gets offended by the name of the pub. Convicted terrorist sues saying that he is deeply offended by sign outside of the pub named Saracen's Head Inn. This is terrorist, okay? Convicted terrorist. Poor guy. He has been deeply, not just offended, but he's been deeply offended by the name of the pub, Saracen's Head Inn. Very heartbreaking. Name Saracens goes back to 5th century, but apparently it is more kind of become famous where during the Crusades, Muslims, Turks, and Arabs were called Saracens. And Mr. Muslim, jihadist, convicted terrorist, is being offended by the name of the pub. A convicted terrorist is taking a pub to court after claiming to be deeply offended by the sign outside of the venue. Khalid Baka, who was previously spent 4 years behind bars for preparing jihadi propaganda, wants more than £1,000 from Saracen's Head Inn in Chesham in Buckinghamshire. Well, Mr. Muslim, this jihadi terrorist, is not happy because he identifies pub as racist for the depiction of the beard, Arab Turk, on the pub sign. And he also insists that this depiction incites violence. A convicted terrorist who is still practicing Islam to the dot is not happy because a picture incites violence. Did you pick that up? A convicted terrorist who rejoices when non-Muslims are being harmed, who publish materials for non-Muslims to be harmed or circulate materials for non-Muslims to be harmed so that he can glorify his stupid, idiot and dangerous prophet and his stupid, idiot and dangerous God, is not happy a picture incite violence. When Muslim terrorist does it, it's absolutely fine. But when a picture of the Pope does it, it is not acceptable. So, convicted jihadi terrorist who is still practicing Islam expresses that as he sees this picture, brown-skinned man of Arab or Turkish descent instilled worry and fear in him since it was clearly xenophobic, racist, and inciting violence to certain people. Wow. Picture of a Turkish or Arab man, descendant of it, causes this jihadi convicted terrorist, causes these terrorist supporters, convicted terrorists, jihadi propagandist, a fear. Wow. And it is xenophobic. Oh. And it incites violence. Poor Muslim. I don't think I can ever understand how this picture of Saracen's head in caused him to live in fear, because it was just inciting violence towards people. This poor, brave, jihadi terrorist is just so scared of this picture. And then what is the next thing he does? He decides he's gonna sue the pub. So he asks for £1,850 from the landlord, and apparently if he succeeds, he's planning to do this for 30 more pubs. Then I am asking very basic question about this scared convicted terrorist. What he's gonna do with this £50,000? Is he gonna support terrorists in Syria? Is he gonna support terrorists in Gaza? Is he gonna support terrorists who are in British prison? Or is he gonna ask new flesh bloods to join into his terrorist organizations? £50,000, a lot of money, and he's trying to make that much money. The pub has been there for 500 years under that name, since 1830s. It's a historical, lots of pubs in Britain has those images, historical names. But of course, how could pub owner, landlord would know it will hurt the feelings and cause fear to a convicted jihadist terrorist? How? He would never know. But it happens apparently. In 2018, Mr. Muslim was jailed for 4 years and 8 months after admitting 5 counts of dissemination of terrorist publications. Just think about it. While this brave, convicted terrorist is being hurt by this picture. Therefore, he wants name to be changed, and then also he wants money to be given to him so that his hurt feelings can be healed. Well. I guess the bottom line is this. Muslim terrorists can spread terror. Muslim terrorists can incite terror. Muslim terrorists can practice terror. Muslim terrorists can cause fear on non-Muslims. It's absolutely fine. Free passes will be given to them. But when the feelings of this brave, convicted terrorist is being hurt, all we need to say is feelings of terrorists, especially feelings of Muslim terrorists, convicted Muslim terrorists, are meta. We will never want them to live in fear.